And hello, everybody. Welcome into the broadcast. I'm Samuel Reese coming to you live this morning, late night, depending on where you are. And it is time for the quarterfinals of the women's basketball tournament at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And we head to the hub of Olympic basketball, Saitama Super Arena in Saitama, Japan, the host of all of the basketball games in these Olympics, where the United States go head to head with longtime rivals Australia. It's the top two teams ranked in the world taking on each other earlier than maybe many anticipated. But here we are, and it should be an intriguing matchup indeed, especially considering the fact that the United States lost to Australia in an Olympic tune-up game in Vegas just a few weeks ago. Well, this United States front court is quite impressive, and they have been led by A'ja Wilson, her very first Olympics, but you wouldn't even think it's her first Olympics, as she has been lighting it up so far this tournament. Brittany Griner having an impressive tournament as well. Thank you, Rohan, for tuning in. I appreciate it. How long will the game last? Probably around like an hour 45. That's how long Olympic basketball games typically take. So yeah, the front court dominance has been on full display. You got Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Tina Charles, and Griner. A'ja Wilson, as I mentioned, leading the way, averaging 20.3 points per game. But as I mentioned, Australia defeated the United States 70-67 in one of the Las Vegas International Exhibition Games. That was just a few weeks ago on July 16th, to be precise. And let's get right into the starting lineups. First for Australia, the three guards are Jenna O'Hay, Lailani Mitchell, and Katie Ebzery. Ezi Magbagor and Kayla George are the forwards. Meanwhile, for the United States, the two guards are Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. Meanwhile, you have Brianna Stewart, Brittany Griner, all making up the starting lineup for this U.S. team, as well as A'ja Wilson. And the United States win the opening tip, an immediate three-point shot off the mark, and it's off of the U.S., last touch by Wilson. Australia ball, the United States, led by head coach Dawn Staley. And Dawn Staley is the head coach of South Carolina women's basketball, and of course was the coach of A'ja Wilson. Won a championship when A'ja Wilson was there. Australia have it in the corner. Katie Ebzery kicks it out. Three-pointer no good. And the follow-up off the mark by Kayla George. Here's Sue Bird for the U.S. Still awaiting the first points. Bird inside to Griner. Griner triple teamed, knocked loose, and stolen by Australia. What's going on, Van? Welcome into the broadcast. I'll get to the comments in a moment as George tees up Mitchell 2-point attempt, and she knocks it down. Australia with an early lead. Thanks, Vaughn, for tuning in as well. Now it's a left wing three and a foul called as Diana Taurasi will head to the line. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, Rohan, I've been watching football at the Olympics. Yeah, for on the men's side, the final should be really good. Brazil against Mexico, no doubt. Sorry, not Brazil against Mexico. Brazil-Mexico was a good semifinal, but Brazil-Spain should be a really good final as Taurasi misses her first free throw. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be tuning into the final. I might even commentate it. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have to see. Why did I stream the U.S. women's soccer game? Good question, Van. My Wi-Fi actually went out in the middle of the night. So I woke up for the game and I watched the game and my Wi-Fi was out. So I literally had no internet. But my TV was still working. So I was able to watch it. Unfortunately, I was unable to stream it as that triple is knocked down from the right wing by Mitchell. Australia have a 5-2 lead. So yeah, and I didn't have internet for like half of the day after that. So you were awake for me. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what happened, and it's not like there was bad weather or anything. I think it was a neighborhood power outage. But we eventually got internet back around like noon later that day. But yeah, unfortunately, that's why I wasn't able to stream. I was bummed out. But yeah, a tough loss for the US in that game. And Brianna Stewart pulls up for the 2-5-4 Australia by 1. Oh, really, Van? All right. Sorry, man. Sorry. It was nothing under my control. Here's George. She kicks it out. Good look. But the open three is missed. Offensive rebound and a foul called. It'll be Magbagor heading to the line. Well, Australia have had balanced scoring in this tournament. Magbagor averaging 15 points a game. Kayla George about 14. Mariana Tolo 13 points a game. And Jenna O'Hay about 11. Yeah, unfortunately, Vaughn, U.S. women's soccer did lose. A very tough loss to Canada. Here's Magbagor at the line. She knocks down both free throws. 6-4, Australia in front. And the reason why these two teams, ranked 1 and 2 in the world for women's basketball, are facing off so early in the knockout stage is because Australia finished third in their group. They were third in Group C. The United States won Group B, meanwhile. Australia surprisingly went 1 and 2 in the group stage. Here's Brianna Stewart, and her baseline floater is good. It's 6-all in Saitama Super Arena. And that's a nice steal. Knocked away by Taurasi. The U.S. on the fast break. Up ahead, Brianna Stewart lays it in, plus the foul. And it's a 3-point play opportunity for the U.S. Yeah, you're an hour behind me, Van. Yeah, this game started at 12:40 a.m. for me, but honestly, that's not as bad of a start time as some of, the other games. Like 4 a.m., for example, for the U.S. Women's soccer team. And here's an offensive foul. Stewart went down in the lane. And it will be USA basketball. The whistle going against Kayla George. So Stewart doing it at both ends early on. And that's the second foul on George. So she'll have to come out. Yeah, I know it's 9:46 for you, Vaughn. Definitely a reasonable time for you out on the West Coast. Here's a pull-up jumper. Well, short there was Asia Wilson. Now at the other end, it's Mitchell. And a traveling violation called against Magbagor. So Australia with some offensive turnovers on back-to-back possessions. O'Hay will take a seat for the Matildas. It's the third turnover for the Aussies. This is handed off to Stewart. Australia without their star player in these Olympics, Liz Combidge. And that's a nice turnaround shot by Griner, which she knocks down. And Australia with another turnover. That pass too far ahead for Mariana Tolo. And the Aussies trying to work quickly in transition, but they were a bit too fast that time. And the United States take over 11-6. They're in the lead. Oh, I completely understand, Van. I completely understand. We've all got lives, so we've all got stuff going on every day. So I completely understand. No worries if you can't make some streams. And that corner three is knocked down by Brianna Stewart, 14-6. The United States opening up the lead here 4 minutes in. Remember, in FIBA, it's 10-minute quarters. As that deep, too. Off the back iron from Tolo. Sue Bird cross court for Taurasi. Taurasi, deep two, got it. The United States are rolling right now, and a timeout called by Australia, 16-6. The red, white, and blue have come to play tonight, or this afternoon in Japan. It's a 1:40 p.m. local start. So a blistering start for the U.S. Couldn't have asked for a better start, really. And now we'll see how Australia respond. The winner, by the way, will take on Serbia. Serbia defeated Canada. Sorry, not Canada. Serbia defeated China in a thriller earlier in the day. And so that will be the semifinal matchup for whoever comes out on top in this one. Yeah, I saw, Van, that Suni Lee won a few days ago in gymnastics. Yep. Great to see. Yeah, the United States and China are neck and neck when it comes to the medal count. Brianna Stewart with 10 out of the 16 points for the U.S. early on. She's a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. 1 rebound as well. On Sunday, you're going to the beach? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. We'll have a great time. Have I been getting sleep? Some, Vaughn. Not a whole lot, in all honesty. But once the Olympics end this weekend, I'll be getting back to a normal sleep schedule. And another turnover by Australia right out of the timeout. This time it's an offensive foul. The Aussies led by head coach Sandy Brondello. Now it's Sue Bird. Picks up the dribble. Taurasi back to Bird. Two great players that don't seem to age. Now it's Griner. Inside. Fouled. And will she head to the line? Yes, she will. A shooting foul against Australia. That's going to be a battle all afternoon long between Griner and Magbagor. Brittany Griner with 1 field goal so far. The center will add on to that tally as the first free throw is knocked down. What's going on, Ayush? How are you doing, man? What about hockey? You mean do I commentate hockey games? Yes. I'm looking forward to the NHL season already as Griner misses the second free throw. Obviously, unfortunately, hockey's not a Summer Olympic sport, although I will be commentating hockey at the Winter Olympics come February. But yeah, I commentate plenty of NHL games. I'm a big Boston Bruins fan, so I'll be doing a good amount of Bruins games. So yeah, definitely looking forward to covering NHL starting this fall. That's a miss, but doing the cleanup work is Asia Wilson. The putback is good. 19-6. The United States are rolling here in the first quarter. 4.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Here's a kick out to the corner, and the three, no good. A miss there by Allen, and here come the U.S. They're lethal in transition. Taurasi finding Wilson for 2, and the United States now lead by 15. 8 fast break points already for the U.S. in this quarter. With it now for Australia is Alana Smith. Smith finds Talbot. Now Levy kicks it out. Deflected by Stewart. The shot clock down to 1. And that's a block by Stewart. It'll be a shot clock violation as a half-court heave was sealed off. Stewart all over Beck Allen there. And Australia just having no answers at the moment. You've been sleeping late lately? Yeah. Yep. Here's Taurasi, an off-balance shot, and that's off the mark. Out for Australia ball. February 11th is your birthday. All right. Can I pin you in the live stream chat? I'm not sure how to do that, in all honesty. Um, I'm not sure how to do that. What happened to the scoreboard? Well, for basketball games, I typically put up the scoreboard only at timeouts, just because there's baskets every few seconds. So it would be a pain to keep changing the score consistently, and I want to focus on the game. So it is 21-6 as that pass down low got away from Griner, and it will be Australia ball. 17 unanswered points here from the U.S. Here is Tolo. Now Alana Smith. Here is Ebzery. Ebzery finds Allen. Good ball movement from Australia. Now underneath the hoop. A shot was blocked. Tolo denied by Stewart again. And here is Brianna Stewart. Out to Griner. Now Taurasi from way downtown. That misses the mark. Offensive rebound. Wilson to Taurasi. She threw it away. The steal by O'Hay. And a near steal there. Sue Bird went down on the floor. Now a corner three misses the mark. The U.S. grabbed the rebound. 2:25 left in the opening quarter. Here's Taurasi. She'll find Griner. Griner inside. Can't convert the layup. Australia have it. What's going on, Karam? Welcome into the broadcast, man. Here's Katie Ebzery. Now a right wing three. Open look. It is good. And a foul called as well. O'Hay knocks it down, but did the foul come before the shot? It was an off-the-ball foul, so the referees will confirm. You watched the men's quarterfinal last night? Yeah, I did as well, Karam. Great win for the U.S. over Spain. Yeah, I unfortunately, the games are on Peacock for the men until the final. That's why I'm unable to commentate their games. I do have Peacock, but I can only get it on my computer. And that's where I usually stream from while watching the game on my TV. So that's why I can't call the men's games until the final. So hopefully they make it to the final. If men's basketball make it to the final, I'll definitely be on the call for that. As it's taken in the lane, Ebzery missed an easy layup. By the way, they did not count the basket. The foul off the ball came before the shot. India lost to Belgium in men's hockey semifinals. You're talking about field hockey. I am so sorry, Ayush. Sorry. As an American, when you said hockey, I immediately thought ice hockey. Sorry. Yes. Field hockey. I follow a bit of it. I actually watched one of the games the other day, as that three is knocked down by Australia's Mitchell. 21-9 now the score. But yeah, they'll play against Germany in the bronze medal match. Okay, yeah, I know field hockey is pretty big in India. As Sue Bird launches the corner three, it's good. 24-9. The U.S. have a 15-point lead. A minute to go in the first quarter. That pass deflected. Out it comes to Smith. Smith inside. Foul called against Sylvia Fowles. 2 free throws on the way. Yeah, Karam. Thanks for the advice. I did figure out that you can also sign in with your TV provider on the NBC Sports app. Yep. But still, even if I do that, I wouldn't be able to call the game, because it would just be too tough to call the game from my phone. Too small of a screen. But yeah. So yeah, I have 2 ways to watch it, because I do have Peacock. I get it for free since Comcast is my cable provider. But yeah, you can also log in with your TV provider on the NBC Sports app. AirPlay it. I don't know if that would work. I guess I could try, as that floater is good. Nicely done by Chelsea Gray. The only way I could possibly airplay it is on my upstairs TV, and that's I would be too loud at this time of night up there because that's my smart TV. Here in the basement, it's not a smart TV, so I wouldn't be able to airplay it on here. As this three is on the way, or no, it was a 2 foot on the line. Nonetheless, Smith knocks it down. 1 second left. Quick release. Oh, it's in and out. Taurasi nearly able to convert, but not quite. And so that's the end of the first quarter. It's the United States rolling over Australia 26-12. A great start for the US. Am I going to wake up early on the weekends? This weekend I'll wake up early on Saturday for the men's soccer gold medal match, but not typically. You click on the three dots and you pin the message. When I click on the three dots, the only options are to put the user in timeout or block the user. So I'm not sure if that's it. Yes, that is true, Hudson. You guessed right. I do like sports. I do like sports. Do I think, man, you can go back to their old glory days? I'm not convinced, Rohan. I'm not quite convinced, to be honest, that they can. I'll be back after a quick break. At the end of one, it's the U.S. leading by 14. Welcome back, everybody. 26-12, the United States leading Australia as we get set for the start of the second quarter. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Go to YouTube and then click on the stream. It's not worth the hassle. I don't need to pin comments, to be honest, but thanks for the suggestion, Van. As immediately start the second quarter, a foul is called against Diana Taurasi. Oh, yeah, that was a hard foul indeed, as the shot was put up by Steph Talbot. Is Kane going to Chelsea? No, I don't think so, Rohan. I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. If he's going anywhere, I think it's Man City. But I honestly feel like he'll stay at Tottenham for one more year, and then we'll see from there what he decides. But I think this season he ultimately stays. I do. But we'll see. We'll see. Brianna Stewart will now take a seat on the bench for the U.S. What is my age? I am 17, Ayush. Yeah, I'm 17. And they're actually, I think, reviewing this foul. So could this be possibly more than just a personal foul against Brianna Stewart? Now look at the rebounds in the preliminary round. Brianna Stewart, 10.3 rebounds a game. That was second only behind Park Ji-soo of South Korea. And Asia Wilson was fourth with 10 rebounds per game. Yeah, so this will be ruled an unsportsmanlike foul against Brianna Stewart. Well, I can imagine players wearing masks while playing Vaughn because at my high school, the entire year basically until spring sports, they had to wear masks. So, I mean, it wasn't ideal, but they had to do it. First free throw is good. Diana Taurasi, by the way, with 2 fouls now. And both free throws are converted by Steph Talbot. So that makes it a 12-point game. And Australia will keep the ball because it was an unsportsmanlike foul. You're 16. All right. Very good. Very good. So we're about the same age. That pull-up shot won't fall for Talbot. Here is fouls. Now with it is Jewel Lloyd. Lloyd gets it back from Chelsea Gray. Lloyd, bounce pass. That's tipped and stolen by Australia. The outlet pass will be tracked down by Ebzery. And now in the lane and rejected was Talbot. The U.S. have been impressive defensively. Chelsea Gray to Sue Bird. Just underway here in the second quarter of action. Sue Bird picks up the dribble. Now a pump fake from Tina Charles. Her pass stolen. Australia now takes it in transition. This is Mitchell. Mitchell passes it off the front iron. That shot from Tolo. Offensive rebound, however. This is handed off to Mitchell. She'll launch from downtown, and it is good. Coming alive is Leilani Mitchell, and it's down to a 9-point U.S. lead. A strong start to the second quarter from Australia, who are shooting 3 of 8 from 3. And that is stolen by Australia. Here's Mitchell, coast to coast. Couldn't get the layup to go. Sue Bird ahead for Chelsea Gray. Gray pulls up, and she knocks it down. Nicely done by Gray for the U.S., 28-17. Vaughn, what kind of question is that? Come on, man. And Mitchell will miss the shot, and a moving screen called against Tolo of Australia. So it's the U.S. who will take over in possession. Yeah, moving screen there from Tolo. And so she'll take a seat. That's her second foul. 7:48 left in the first half. Chelsea Gray has it. And that pass stolen by Australia. Here's Talbot. Nice feed inside. The layup bounces in. And there is Magbagor with the bucket to make it a 9-point game. Lloyd now finds Wilson. Kick out. Sue Bird. Good look. And she connects. 3-point make from Bird. And the lead is a dozen. Here's a corner shot, and that is knocked down. Nicely done by Kayla George of Australia. Fast-paced game so far. This is Gray taking it down the lane and laying it in for 2. 33-21. Now it's Ebzery. Ebzery to the baseline. Passes it out. Corner 3 off the mark from Mitchell. And now pushing it forward, it's Stewart. Stewart, underhand scoop. And a foul drawn. She'll shoot 2. So 2 free throws coming for Breanna Stewart. All right, thanks for tuning in, Ayush. Appreciate it, man. That's the second foul on Ezi Magbagor. And Stewart drops in the first free throw attempt. And the second one is good as well. That's now 12 points for Stewart. Australia will make a change. In comes Alana Smith. As I mentioned, the star for Australia, Liz Cambage, is not playing in these Olympics. She is not playing, as she cited mental health reasons. That's why she did not make the trip with the team to Tokyo. And she also reportedly had a bit of a bust up with teammates in one of those exhibitions in Las Vegas. Scramble for the ball. And it'll be tied up. Possession will stay with Australia. Unlike, well, I should say in FIBA, we do have the possession arrow. And actually, the possession arrow belongs to the U.S., pardon me. So the U.S. will take over. So many great Olympic games going on right now. In fact, in volleyball action, the U.S. women are up 2-0 on the Dominican Republic. And is currently 9-7, the Dominican Republic in the third set. 5:43 left in the second quarter here. Nice bit of skill by Chelsea Gray, finding Stewart for the 2 points. U.S. women's basketball, despite going 3-0 in the group stage, compared to how they performed in past Olympics, it wasn't all that convincing in their opening 3 games. And maybe, that's a sign that the competition is getting better. And I think that's part of it. But I think the U.S. are capable of more. And we're seeing a strong first half performance thus far, as the U.S. are on their quest for a 7th straight Olympic gold medal. And a foul called here. It goes against Chelsea Gray. It is on the floor, so shot clock will reset to 14. Yep, so a 52-game win streak for the U.S. at the Olympics. Just extraordinary. Their last loss came in the 1992 Barcelona Olympics against a unified team, as O'Hay puts it in for 2. Just extraordinary numbers when it comes to the win streak for the U.S. women's basketball team at the Olympics. They've been nothing short of dominant, as Kayla George is fouled. She commits the foul, and she'll come out. That's her 3rd foul. And keep in mind, in FIBA, it's 40-minute games, so 5 fouls is what gets you ejected, not 6 like we see in the NBA. And that shot won't fall. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means, Vaughn, but that's what it said on the graphic. They lost to a unified team, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. I'll have to do some research into that. The best NBA team, Rohan? Well, that has to be the Milwaukee Bucks. They just won the NBA championship just a few weeks ago, Rohan. So, yep, Milwaukee Bucks. At least for now, because that's a foul called in the lane. Asia Wilson was met by plenty of contact, and she'll have a pair of free throws. She's got 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting, 2 rebounds as well for the forward. And her first free throw is nothing but net. This is the second of 4 women's basketball quarterfinals at Saitama Super Arena. Saitama Super Arena, the host of all the men's and women's basketball games in these Olympics. Here's a double team down low. Ball batted around and stolen. That ball snatched by Ariel Atkins. Atkins forward for Stewart. Inside, rejected. There was Wilson. A great block with 4:20 left in the first half. And that's a nice feed down low. The 2 points for Mariana Tolo. 39-25, U.S. by 14. Bird to the corner. Now driving baseline is Atkins. Stewart top of the key. Chelsea Gray. Behind the back. Puts up the shot. No good. Australia collect the rebound. Tolo passes to the left wing. Stewart defending. And the shot too strong off the back iron from Smith. And those are simply shots that Australia must convert if they want to close the gap. Here's Sue Bird. Offensive foul. The call going against Asia Wilson. Is Vietnam in the Olympics? For what sport? Just in any sport? I'm sure. Yeah, there's a few Vietnam athletes. I'm sure pretty much every country in the world is represented at the Olympics. Just about. I'm your favorite commentator. Well, I greatly appreciate that, Van. Greatly appreciate it, man. And so Asia Wilson will take a seat for the U.S. In comes Tina Charles. A lot of turnovers for both teams. Australia 14, the United States 10, and that's a nice scoop layup by Australia's Katie Ebzery. 39-27. Now it's the first action for Skylar Diggins-Smith, and she lost the handle. The U.S. turn it over. You did some research about the unified team, Vaughn. Yeah, what did you find out? Because I have no idea what that team consisted of. I am not sure. Here is Bleak Cavs. Shot clock at 7. Good look from 3, but it's off the mark. And Brianna Stewart hauls in the rebound for the U.S. Here is Brittany Griner. Nice pass inside, but blocked by Bleak Cavs. And now it's Bleak Cavs passing it off. 2:22 left in the first half. Shot clock at 12. With it now is Tolo. She'll hand it off. Here is Ebzery. Ebzery double team. Shot clock down to 2. A shot has to be put up and is a deep 3. No good. Griner the rebound. Oh, that's a good find. Great pass inside. Stewart fouled and the basket. Brianna Stewart, nicely done. And it all stemmed from a beautiful pass by Chelsea Gray. When will I go to Nebraska? I don't know, Van. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll end up in Nebraska. Who knows? I should be a commentator there. You never know where my sports broadcasting career will land me. Stewart with 16 points for the U.S., leading the way, and make it 17 as she converts the free throw. Okay, it was mostly Soviet athletes. Got it, Vaughn. Okay. Well, thanks for that insight. Yeah, it's very interesting. Here is Mitchell. She'll pass it off. The 3 no good. Stewart the rebound. Great. Nice pass inside, but the layup no good by Tina Charles. And it will be Australia basketball. And a timeout called. Well, it's been up and down action. Both teams have been a bit too quick for even themselves at times, but it is the U.S. with a 15-point lead. 42-37 the score. Thanks for tuning in basically the middle of the night, at least where I live. Chelsea Gray, 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 3 assists as well. She's from Manatee, California. And another reminder that there's plenty of other games going on at the Olympics as we speak, in particular Team USA. In fact, the United States baseball team is playing an elimination game right now against the Dominican Republic. The U.S. up 3-0 in the top of the seventh. They have a shutout going for them right now, and it's actually Jose Bautista, former major leaguer, at bat, and there's a strikeout. So there's an update in the baseball game. So they are heading to the bottom of the seventh, and the U.S. up 3-0. The winner will take on the loser of Japan-South Korea in the semifinals. By the way, some U.S. men's basketball players in attendance at Saitama Super Arena to cheer on the women's team. Both teams have been supporting each other. Here's a catch and shoot three. No good. U.S. in transition. Yes, it is 118 for me. That's knocked out of bounds. The U.S. will keep possession. Minute 18 left in the half. Yeah, the USA are looking good right now. They are looking good. The U.S. really from right out of the gates, they had a strong start, and Australia have settled in a bit, but they'll need a run as Breanna Stewart knocks down the contested three. How about that? We're now into the final minute of the first half. Australia trailing by 18. This quarterfinal matchup, Jen O'Hay with a high pass, and unable to handle it was Allen. And the Matildas turn it over. Have I heard of anime before? Yeah, I've heard of it, Rohan. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is, but I've heard of it, yes. Here's Chelsea Gray. Bounce pass as she finds Tina Charles. Stewart inside, spin around shot, and Griner converts. It's a 20-point U.S. lead now. They're running away with it now. Here's Bleekovs for Australia. The shot clock is off. 15 seconds left in the half. Nice bounce pass, but the contested shot won't fall for Tolo. Crossover move. Here's Chelsea Gray into the lane. Shot won't go, but a foul called with 3.2 seconds left in the half. Chelsea Gray, a three-time WNBA All-Star, and a filthy crossover move. And ultimately drawing the foul. The call going against Sarah Kirsty Bleekovs. Off the mark on the first free throw is Gray. She has 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting. 4 assists as well. Second free throw falls. 2 seconds left in the half now. The half-court shot is short from Mitchell, and that will take us to the break. Okay, Rohan. No, I don't know what Dragon Ball is. No. I am not familiar with that. Nope. Nonetheless, the U.S. are cruising right now in this quarterfinal matchup. They're halfway through to a semifinal matchup with Serbia. It's 47-28. I'll be back with the halftime show right after this. Don't go anywhere. The United States women's basketball team with a 19-point lead over Australia. Welcome into the halftime show, everybody. And the United States women's basketball team was certainly ready for this much anticipated quarterfinal matchup as they are cruising at the moment a 48-27 lead over Australia at the half. Well, getting you caught up on what else happened at the Olympics today, this morning in Japan, earlier tonight in the United States. It was the 400-meter women's hurdles. And my goodness, was it one heck of a race? And the United States would claim gold. And this was a very thrilling race and a great ending as well. A close one to the finish line, but in the end, the USA would get gold. Nicely done by Sydney McLaughlin, who continues to break all kinds of records. And it was Delilah Muhammad, another American, claiming silver. And it was Femke Bol of the Netherlands claiming bronze meanwhile. As I mentioned, in baseball, the United States currently taking on the Dominican Republic, and Red Sox prospect Tristan Casas hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. I actually saw Casas play a couple weeks ago for the Portland Sea Dogs, which is the Double-A affiliate for the Boston Red Sox. And then there would be another home run later on from the United States, this time a single shot. And so in the bottom of the seventh, the U.S. have a 3-0 lead over the Dominican Republic. It's win or go home for both teams in that one. What's going on, Quinn? Welcome into the broadcast. Do I watch gymnastics? Yeah, not really. I mean, it's been on in the NBC primetime window, so sometimes I tune in for like a few minutes, but I'm not really interested in it, in all honesty. I'll be back for more on the halftime report, so don't go anywhere. The United States with a big lead over Australia through 20 minutes of play. Welcome back into the halftime show, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into the broadcast. Speaking of gymnastics, folks, Simone Biles returned to action in the women's balance beam and actually won a medal. So Simone Biles, a bronze medalist. So it's great to see the U.S. piling up those medals as in the current medal count. I think they're level, or they might be one behind China. I'm not entirely sure, but it's close. It's close in that medal race at the top. After the break, it is a look ahead to the second half. We're inching closer to second half action in this women's basketball quarterfinal matchup at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics from Saitama Super Arena. 48-27, the U.S. in front at the break. Welcome back into the halftime show, everybody. And yes, Quinn, I am aware of that as well. Yep, Mieses is from the Dominican Republic, and yeah, he did lead the Double A in homers for the Sea Dogs. Yep, he actually played in the game I went to as well. Yep, yep, and he got called to the Woo Sox recently, right? I think pretty recently. Well, the United States have a 21-point lead. They really didn't miss a beat from the start. And so, coming up after the break, it'll be back to Saitama, Japan for the second half of action. We'll see if the U.S. can close out this quarterfinal and move on to the semifinal. We'll see. Right before the Olympics, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, because I went to the Sea Dogs game on July 6th. It was my birthday, the day I went to the game. And he was playing with them that day. Yeah. Really, Vaughn. Yeah, I agree. NBC, they have the same things on every night. It's gymnastics, track and field, volleyball. I mean, I have nothing against those sports, but they show those same ones over and over each night. I wish they mixed it up a little bit. Yeah. All right, I'll be back for quarter number 3 next. Stay tuned. 48-27, the U.S. with quite the first half display. Welcome back. The USA halfway through the quarterfinals, but they'll still need to finish the job here in the third and fourth quarter. The leading scorer for the U.S., Brianna Stewart, 20 points on 7 of 8 shooting, and the rest of the team as a whole just had 28 points. I say just, but that's a total of 48 first half points, of course. Not bad at all for the United States, led by Dawn Staley. The U.S. looking to improve to 4-0 in this Olympic campaign. They have won 53 straight Olympic Games, which is unreal. They're on their quest for a 7th consecutive gold medal, meanwhile. Brianna Stewart has been heating up slowly but surely, had 9 points in the opener, and then 15 in the second game, 17 against France the other night, and now 20 just through one half against Australia. All right, well, Quinn, if it wasn't clear, which clearly it wasn't, that is how they did in their group. Australia finished third in Group C. The U.S. finished first in Group B. So, no, you were way off on that. I thought that was self-explanatory, but apparently not, as that pass is out of play. The U.S. turn it over. With it here for Australia is Katie Ebzery. Now it's in the corner with Kayla George. Who has the most medals? I have to check that. Hold on. Okay, so it is the U.S. Yeah, the U.S. actually have 6 more than China right now, but China have 7 more gold medals. So, yeah, the U.S. have 75 medals. China have 69. Am I going to do hockey in the Winter Olympics? Yeah, yeah. Well, if as long as NHL players are in it, then definitely, yeah. Brianna Stewart will head to the line. 20 points, as I mentioned, for her tonight. And she'll look to add on to that tally here, although she misses the first one. Yeah, I love hockey at the Winter Olympics. When the NHL players are in it, it's really good, and I believe NHL players will be participating in it. In fact, the NHL even in their schedule uh, implemented a break, like a 3-week break for when the Olympics are, as that's what blocked by Brittany Griner. Now here's Diana Taurasi. Oh, is that a travel? No, Asia Wilson went up and down with it. No travel call, but Australia come away with the steal nonetheless. And now the pull up won't go. Rebound by Sue Bird. Just underway here in the third quarter from Saitama, Japan. Taurasi catch and shoot three. That's too strong. Australia have the rebound. This is Mitchell. Mitchell finds Magbagor. She gets it back, defended by Stewart. Now it's O'Hay. Shot clock down to 3. Here's a three-pointer, and it's good. Nicely done by Mitchell. The Indian women have entered the semis. Yes, for field hockey. Yep. Yeah, for India, hockey is field hockey. For us here in the United States, hockey is ice hockey. So that it's a bit confusing, but yes, yep. Yeah, the Indian women are pretty good at field hockey. As that layup is converted, 51-32 now the score. The United States with a 19-point lead, and fouled underneath was Asia Wilson. Remember, this Australia team just a few weeks ago on July 16th beat the U.S. It was just an exhibition game, but they beat the U.S. 70-67 in Las Vegas. And an update on the U.S. baseball game against the Dominican Republic. They still have a 3-0 lead. That game currently in the bottom of the 8th inning, 2 outs, and the U.S. up at bat. And as long as the United States don't choke the lead late, it looks like they'll be moving on to the semifinals of the Olympic baseball tournament to take on the loser of Japan, South Korea. It is Tristan Casas up at bat right now, by the way. Meanwhile, it's 53-34 in this one, and that left wing three is knocked down. Sue Bird with the triple. Yeah, I know, Quinn. I feel you. Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from there as Asia Wilson lays it in. Yeah, Casas is up right now. I would have done that baseball game, but that game was joined in progress on CNBC. So, like, the first 4 innings weren't even on TV, so it wasn't even worth it. And originally, it wasn't even going to be televised. It was only going to be online. So, I didn't expect it to even be televised. So, yeah, there is softball, Van. Yep, softball took place the first week of the Olympics. Japan beat the U.S. in the final. Yeah, I was hoping to do some softball games, but just didn't get around to it. As the first free throw is converted by Tolo. And she'll knock down both. So 58-36 the score. By the way, it's a full count to Tristan Casas. Just going a live looking in that game. And that's a high fly ball sent to left field. Should be an easy out, and it is. So that game is through 8 innings. And the U.S. have a 3-0 lead over the Dominican Republic. Meanwhile, here in the women's basketball quarterfinals, 6 minutes left in the third quarter. And that pass from George deflected by Stewart. It'll stay with Australia. No, lacrosse and cricket aren't Olympic sports. Nope. No. No, my dad is sleeping right now, Quinn. My dad's sleeping. Here is Talbot, and that three is no good. U.S. with a 22-point advantage. Here's Sue Bird in transition. U.S. will swing it around. Taurasi to the corner. Good look. But Atkins couldn't convert. Now it's Australia the other way. This is Mitchell. Offensive foul. She extended the arm on Sue Bird, and just nothing going right here in the third quarter for the Australians. So wake him up. No, I'm not. I don't think he'd be happy if I woke him up. How does Quinn know my dad? Good question. No, I'm just kidding. No, I told him the name of my dad. Am I calling Pat's preseason games? Possibly. I'm not sure yet. NFL preseason games are pretty boring, honestly. So, I'm not entirely sure, Quinn. Maybe I'll call one of them, but preseason's a bit of a waste of time in my opinion. As Tolo is fouled by Brittany Griner. Thank you, Justin, for tuning in. Appreciate it, man. Is this game still going on? Yes. Yeah. It's 60-36. The U.S. women's basketball team just rolling right now. I did not expect them to handle Australia with this much ease as George misses the shot from the baseline. But an offensive rebound, that went off the foot of Stewart. Kickball coming into the game for Australia is Sarah Bleekevs. And this will be a three launched by George, and she connects. What time is it for me? It's currently 1:45 in the morning, Justin. Yeah. But hey, I've become used to being up at really strange times throughout these whole Olympics as Stewart pulls up and knocks down the shot. We've got an off the ball foul against Stewart. It's the same time for you, Justin. Yeah, yeah. You also live on the East Coast. Yeah. Yep. I'm wide awake, to be honest, though. I don't usually, what I usually do is, at least I've been doing for these Olympics when I don't have things going on. I usually, as that mid-range shot won't go, I try to I try to stay up for games that I want to see, but usually I end up falling asleep around like 4 uh, on the couch, and then I wake back up at like 7 maybe to watch some more Olympic events, and then I go back to, and then I take a nap at like 10 a.m. and sleep until like 1 or 2. I know that's not healthy at all, but oh yeah, I know. You live in Florida. Okay, Justin, yeah. No, I didn't pull an all-nighter, Quinn. I slept for a couple hours, got up for the US game, then went back to bed. Yeah. I should do an all-nighter stream. Yeah, I'm not sure I can do that. We got a timeout on the floor. The United States not letting up. Their lead is now 23-62-39 is the score inside them. And it looks like the U.S. are well on their way to a semifinal berth in a matchup with Serbia. Serbia defeated China earlier in the first quarterfinal of the day. I should sleep more. I know I should sleep more, Vaughn. I know. Well, the Olympics end on Saturday, right? So I'll be back to a normal sleep schedule after that. I just really like the Olympics, and I like catching the events live. So it is what it is. Do a sleeping stream. That would be funny. Brianna Stewart has really been in a league of her own this tournament. She had 9 points against Nigeria, 15 against Japan, 17 against France, and so far this afternoon, 23 against Australia. Yeah, I saw that U.S. beach volleyball lost to Qatar. Yeah, that's tough. Do I think who do I think is going to win in the men's soccer final, Brazil or Spain? Great question. I think Spain. I think Spain will get it done, to be honest with you. I think Spain will get it done. They're a better team in my opinion, but Brazil are a quality side too. They've got Danny Alves playing. But yeah, I'm going with Spain. I am. It should be a great game though. Yeah, you want them to win. Foul there was Ariel Atkins. Chelsea Gray will take it up court for the U.S. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Are they blowing it, Quinn? Really? I'll check in on them soon. Gray inside for QTRAUS. That shot no good. Here come Australia the other way. This is Katie Ebzery. Now a 3 on the way. Too strong off back iron from Allen. Gray finding Griner. Griner, tough shot. She got it. 64-39. The lead's now 25 for the U.S. They are just cruising. Not letting Australia see any type of daylight. And what a block that is. Griner with the rejection. My goodness. Steph Talbot was met by a large figure. That is Brittany Griner. She's fired up. The entire U.S. team is. That's the fourth block of the game for them. Is soccer popular in America? I mean, obviously not as popular as the likes of American football and basketball, but it's getting more popular. It's getting more popular. I mean, yeah, soccer is actually pretty popular, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, what is my mom like? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know, Quinn. I mean, soccer is pretty close to surpassing hockey, I feel like. And then I don't know, the way I know baseball is your sport, Quinn, but the way it's trending, soccer is getting more popular, and I feel like baseball is trending downwards. I'm not saying soccer is more popular than baseball in this country, but no, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying down the road, it could be. And there is an offensive foul against Australia. 127 left in the third quarter. Thanks everyone for tuning in. As Chelsea Gray has it inside to Griner. Spin around shot. She'll convert again. Brittany Griner is really doing whatever she wants in this third quarter on both ends of the floor. And that is a missed 3 with under a minute left in the third. In transition, it's kicked out by Atkins. No one that you know is like soccer, really? Wow. I know a ton of people that like soccer. Yes, a beatdown indeed, Karam. A beatdown indeed. Yeah, I was not expecting the US to win by this margin. I mean, considering how the group stage went, where the preliminary round went, where they weren't really dominant in any of their 3 games. I was expecting it to be much closer. You know some players on this US team? Yeah, yep, I do too. It's pretty much a team full of WNBA All-Stars. Was I at the game? You mean when the Revolution played Chelsea? Not the Patriots. No, I wasn't. I would have gone, but that's when I actually lived in Kentucky. I lived in Kentucky for 2 years, before moving back to Massachusetts. So I was living in Kentucky at the time, so I wasn't able to go. Yeah, I mean, here is a right wing three. That won't fall for Tina Charles, and that will conclude the third quarter. So the United States just keep on building on their lead, and they are one quarter away from a spot in the semifinals. 68-39, the United States leading Australia. Do I watch field hockey? Not really. I've watched a little bit in the Olympics, but not that much. Um, but I do commentate my school's field hockey games, so that's where I watch it most, to be honest with you. All right. I mean, fair enough, Quinn. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll be back for the fourth quarter, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. The United States are rolling. Welcome back, everybody. We go to the final quarter of play. Yeah, Crystal Palace and Chelsea do play in the first game of the season. That is true. So off we go in the fourth. The United States just dominating Australia this afternoon. And that's a block underneath as Fowles went up for the shot. However, she keeps the ball. Sidestep three from Gray. That won't fall. And fumbled by Fowles. It will go out for a turnover as Australia take over. Am I calling Chelsea games? Yeah, I'll call a few, Quinn. Yeah, I'll call a few Chelsea games. I don't know how many this season, but yeah, I'll be doing a few. As that three won't go. Yeah, I think Chelsea can be a legit title contender. I think they can. I think they can be. Here's a double team. Great ball moved by the U.S. Gray in the corner. Offensive foul called as O'Hay went down hard. By the way, O'Hay's on 4 fouls. One more and she's done. She draws the offensive foul here and she is wincing in pain. Yeah, that's a shot to the stomach. That'll knock the wind out of you. All right, Quinn. All right. I'll see if I can do it. I may. I'm trying to think what that's not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I don't know if have to be anywhere. Yeah, I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it. Yeah, probably, Karam. Probably. I can't stand how in the NBA the star players just team up with other stars so they can win a ring. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah. I mean, the Lakers are making moves this offseason. They're making moves. Here's a drive by Australia and put in by Tess Madgen. Sorry, Madgen. It's 68-41. Now here's Skylar Diggins-Smith. She'll find Tina Charles. Her shot won't go. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good. Nice work by Sylvia Fowles. Yeah, the Lakers' depth is on fire. And now at the other end, it's laid in by Jen O'Hay. So this the pace of this game really starting to pick up. 70-43 the score. Now it's Diggins-Smith into the lane. Floater short. The rebound collected underneath by Australia's Kayla George. George hands it off to Bleekoffs. And that's thrown away. The steal by Diggins-Smith. And going coast to coast, the layup no good. But a foul is called. Appreciate you guys tuning in at these very early in the morning if you're in the States. Consolation time at this point as Skylar Diggins-Smith will head to the line. Who will win hockey in the Winter Olympics? If the NHL players are playing, it's got to be the U.S. It's got to be the U.S. And yes, absolutely, Quinn. I agree 100%. Water polo is sick. You almost played it this year, really? Wow. I would be too scared to play. If I played water polo, I'd probably drown. I mean, those people try to like drown each other in the water. It's crazy. Not Canada, Quinn. I mean, maybe Canada. Yeah, I mean, it's a coin flip to be honest with you. I think with the full strength squads, U.S. and Canada are pretty much on level terms. I mean, perhaps you could give the slight edge to Canada, but since I'm American, I have to say U.S. You know, but no, Canada. I definitely think obviously would have a great chance as that shot is converted by Bleekoffs. Here's Tina Charles. Charles taking it inside. Bit of an off-balance shot. Couldn't convert the layup. Now here come Australia. This is Mitchell. Mitchell to Talbot. Now down low. Baseline shot won't fall for George. 6:10 left in the final quarter. 71-47 U.S. lead. Diggins-Smith to the corner. And it's good. The three converted by Ariel Atkins. Well, that would be great, Van. That would be great. That's a great goal to set. If I can hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. An attempted save there from Charles. It fell right to George, who missed the open look. And now here come the U.S. at the other end. Corner three. Rims out for Atkins. This is handed off by Madgen. I have more subs than. Oh, you're talking about Grant? Do I really? Yeah. Well, sub counts is just a number. I mean, Grant does a great job on his channel as well. Midway through the fourth, 5 minutes away are the U.S. from a spot in the semifinals of the Olympics. An offensive foul called here off the ball. The call going against QTRAUS. And a look at WNBA MVPs on this roster. There's actually 5 of them. Diana Taurasi, Tina Charles, Sylvia Fowles, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson, the WNBA MVP in 2020, just last year. China's in the Olympics for ice hockey, Vaughn? Really? I did not know that. Wow. That is true, Quinn. Yeah, it can be hard to tell who's on which team for water polo since it's just their caps. Um, yeah, I had no idea China's in the Olympics for ice hockey. But yeah, going back to water polo, I mean, I have massive respect for those athletes. I mean, staying afloat for that long, and how do you shoot while, staying above water? That's crazy. Like water polo is very impressive. This ball handed off to Jewel Lloyd. Lloyd lost the handle, and it's knocked out of play. Last touch by the U.S. So Australia ball. U.S. men's basketball players in attendance. Damian Lillard. I believe I saw Kevin Durant among them cheering on the women's team, just as the women have been attending the men's games. Yeah, there's Kevin Durant. He's got a ski mask on. Drew Holiday there, Chris Middleton, Steve Kerr, I see. USA men's basketball team will also play Australia. That will be in the semifinals tomorrow. I would be on the call for that, but as I mentioned, the games are on Peacock, so I cannot get it on my TV. So I won't be able to call a U.S. men's basketball game until the final, unfortunately. But I'll be watching it. Australia turn it over here. Yeah, U.S. playing tomorrow. U.S. men. Yep, absolutely, Karam. Should be Australia will be a good test. Australia will be a good test. They got Patty Mills who comes alive when he puts on the Australia uniform. Yeah, it should be a good game. Yeah, Thursday night is the gold medal game, which is Friday in Japan. Yeah, I think Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time is the gold medal game for men's basketball. Or no, sorry, Friday night, Friday. Yeah, which is Saturday in Japan. Yeah, Friday night at 10:30 Eastern. So as long as the U.S. make it, I'll definitely be commentating that game. And that shot is good by Sylvia Fowles, 76-50 the score. And now in transition, Australia looking for 2, but a layup off the mark from Magbagor. Yeah, whenever the U.S. and Mexico play for men's soccer, it's always epic. I can still feel the adrenaline from that game Sunday night. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, I know, Quinn. I know, man. I know. I will. I will. I'm actually going to their home game on Sunday against the Union. I can't wait for that against Philadelphia. I was gonna go to tomorrow's game, or tomorrow's game, but there's rain in the forecast, so I decided to go to get tickets to Sunday's game instead. But yeah, I'll be commentating some more of their away games. I promise, Quinn. I got to look at their schedule. Well, yeah, but I haven't been to any of their games since like May because I don't know. It they haven't played that many home games in like the last couple of months, and I every time they played at home, I was like out of town. Like I was in Maine when they played a home game. Um, oh yeah, it was the state final for my high school's lacrosse team, which I was on the call for on the night of another Revs home game. So bring a poncho. No, I just gave the tickets to my friend. My friend wanted to go, so his family likes going to games. So I mean, I could have, but that free kick, that free kick. I was reading the comment and said free kick. That 3-pointer won't go. 76-50 U.S. lead. We're into the final minute and 10 seconds. Here's Alana Smith. Now Magbagor. Allen, nice feed inside, and Magbagor puts it in for 2. Can I send you the link where I comment? What do you mean, Van? Here's a left wing 3. That's short on the attempt from Drew Lloyd. 40 seconds left in the game. It was fumbled for a moment there, but the dribble kept alive by Tessa Levy. Here's a good look, and the 3 is good from Allen. Oh, really, Quinn? Okay, yeah. Oh, you think you mean StreamYard. Okay, okay. Um, yeah, I mean, we've got 10 seconds left in the game, so yeah, there's no point. There's no point at this stage. That shot won't go, and that is gonna do it. So the United States cruised to a victory. They were comfortable throughout. And so that is it. The final 79-55. And so the United States women's basketball team will now take on Serbia in the semifinals. So that is the first confirmed semifinal. The 2 other quarterfinals will take place later today at 4:20 a.m. Eastern Time. It'll be Japan taking on Belgium. And then at 8 a.m. in the nightcap, it's Spain against France. That should be an interesting one. So it is confirmed the U.S. against Serbia in the semifinals. Meanwhile, the U.S. men in their semifinal will take on Australia tomorrow at 12:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Well, you are back, Rohan. Well, you came back right when the broadcast ended, unfortunately. So that will do it for my broadcast. Unfortunately, you came in right at the end, Rohan, but I still appreciate it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back tomorrow at, well, Thursday, 4 a.m. Eastern Time. I will be on the call for the U.S. women's soccer team against Australia in the bronze medal game. At least that's what I plan to do. There's still a medal up for grabs. I know it's the bronze medal game, but since I'm not able to do the U.S. men's basketball game, I do plan to be on the call for the U.S. women's soccer bronze medal match. Hope to see you then. Bye for now, everybody. 79-55, the United States defeat Australia with ease and will take on Serbia in the semis. So long, everyone.